Hello and welcome to the Visual Studio 2010 and .NET Framework 4 Training Kit. My name is Drew Robbins and I'm a technical evangelist with Microsoft. I focus on Visual Studio and the .NET Framework.
My name is Jason Olson. I'm also a technical evangelist working on Visual Studio 2010 and .NET Framework 4. I focus on the core BCL, a lot of the CLR, the base frameworks, as well as managed languages and some IDE features. Now here, not in the studio with today, is the rest of the team, the other cohorts on our team. First one being Jonathan Carter, which you'll see in later videos. Jonathan Carter is a technical evangelist who focuses on the web platform and data programmability technologies in .NET Framework 4 and Visual Studio 2010.
You also see Ron Jacobs, who focuses on Windows Communication Foundation and workflow, and he'll do a couple of videos introducing the framework. And also it's Brian Keller. Brian Keller, he focuses on the application lifecycle management tools that are in Visual Studio 2010. So you'll see him in a few videos in this training course as well. So just recently we released Visual Studio 2010 Beta 2, and that's now available for you to download. And so what we're doing today is bringing you a training course to help you walk through some of the features of Visual Studio 2010.
So a training course, this is something that we haven't really seen on Channel 9 before. What is a training course that we're talking about here?
Yeah. So this is a new type of content on Channel 9. And what we're doing is we're taking some of the training materials that we've traditionally released in different ways. You've seen them at events that you've gone to, such as TechEd or PDC, or you've seen them in training kits that we've offered in the past for download. And now we're offering those here on Channel 9 for you to browse, as well as to watch videos of our team teaching you about the features and enhancements that are coming in the next releases of Visual Studio and the .NET Framework, as well as go through some hands-on labs.
Cool. So for those people that aren't familiar with the training kit, what are we talking about here when we say an online version of the training kit?
Right. So it's really a set of content that we've selected, our team has selected, and we've recorded some videos to kind of introduce people to the various technologies in the .NET Framework. And then we've also provided several labs, and those labs are basically a set of pages that you can walk through that have the steps that walk you through these different technologies. We also, as part of those labs, provide source code to get you started with the lab. So it'll have some starter solutions, and then you follow the steps in the lab to really work through the technology and get your hands on it so you can really kind of internalize how the technology works.
Well, Visual Studio 2010 and .NET Framework 4, as we both know, obviously is a very large product that we're talking about here.
Yep.
A lot of technologies. Is everything covered in this training course, or what are we talking about?
So what we've done in this first training course is released really a subset of the content that our team has worked hard on over the last year. We'll release more content over time. But what we really want to do with the online training courses is focus you in on the really big investments that are happening in Visual Studio. We're not going to try to hit every nook and cranny of Visual Studio and the .NET Framework, but we'll get some of the big investments that we're making. We'll also continue to offer a training kit. And as you know, a training kit is our kind of full package of content that we offer out to several of our customers through training events around the world. And we also package that content up into a downloadable, self-extracting executable that you can download, you expand it onto your machine, and you can browse all of our content. So in there we've got, in addition to the labs, we've got presentations, we've got demos that go along with those presentations, and we also provide even an agenda so that if you wanted to hold your own kind of 3 or 4 day event, you could follow that agenda and see where the content plugs in.
So really people can think of this online training course as more of a guided experience through the training kit and the content we produce.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is really you guys sharing what you think is most important about these technologies and then providing an easy way for them to quickly get their hands on.
Yeah, that sounds great. So if we're not covering everything in the training course currently with this release, the version that's out there now, how often are we going to be revving this, or are we going to be adding more content to the course as it goes on?
Yep. So, this is the Beta 2 release. And in the future, of course, we'll have a the RTM, or the true release of Visual Studio 2010. And leading up to that release, we'll continue to add additional content to this training course. So we'll share some additional things around SharePoint. We'll share some things around Windows development, as well as the technologies we're already covering. We'll just go into more detail. So continue to check back for those updates to this training course, and I think it'll be a good ride all the way up to release of us giving you more content that you can learn and get your arms around this really huge release for Visual Studio and .NET Framework.
Yeah, that sounds good. So maybe for now we can actually just stop yakking and let people actually dive into this content. We hope you enjoy it. There's a lot there. Go ahead and plug away.